They say rage can turn a man into a monster. But for Kratos, rage was all he had left, a fire that never died, a wound that never healed. Long before he became the god of war, Kratos was just a man, a proud Spartan warrior born into blood, battle, and discipline. From childhood, he was taught that mercy was weakness, and glory was found only in victory. He rose quickly through the Spartan ranks, his skill with the blade unmatched, his spirit unyielding. His name carried across Greece, Kratos, the unstoppable. But the gods watch men like him closely. They see potential tools, and Ares, the original god of war, saw a weapon. In one fateful battle, Kratos and his men were surrounded by barbarians. The Spartans fought valiantly, but death closed in. As he fell to his knees, Kratos cried out to the heavens, not to Zeus, not to Athena, but to Ares himself. He begged for power to defeat his enemies. Ares answered. The god of war descended in flame and fury, his presence shaking the battlefield. He granted Kratos unimaginable strength and bound to his forearms the blades of chaos, searing them deep into his flesh. With a single command, Kratos slaughtered every foe in sight. His enemies were wiped from existence, and from that day, he became Ares' champion, a mortal turned god slave. For years, Kratos waged war in the name of Ares. He burned villages, crushed armies, and spread terror in his god's honor. His cruelty became legend. The man who once fought for Sparta now fought for destruction alone. But the gods are fickle, and so are their gifts. One night, Ares commanded Kratos to destroy a village devoted to Athena. The order was simple: leave nothing standing. Driven by the thirst for battle, Kratos obeyed without question. His blades tore through walls, soldiers, and innocents alike until the village lay in ruins. Then came the moment that broke him. Inside the temple, shrouded in smoke and fire, stood his wife and daughter, the only warmth left in his world. Before Kratos could recognize them, his blades had already struck. Their bodies fell lifeless before him. Ares had tricked him, believing that severing Kratos from his family would remove his last weakness. But instead, he created a monster. Kratos' screams echoed through the burning ruins. In agony, he cursed Ares' name and renounced his service. He tried to remove the blades of chaos, but they would not come off. They were fused to him, a symbol of his eternal torment. The ashes of his wife and child clung to his skin, marking him forever white. From that day, he would be known as the Ghost of Sparta. Haunted by nightmares and guilt, Kratos sought redemption. The gods of Olympus, ever manipulative, saw another tool in his suffering. They promised forgiveness if he would serve them, slay monsters, titans, and even demigods who defied divine will. And so Kratos obeyed, not for glory, but for peace. He faced hydras in the sea, beasts from Tartarus, and even the darkest corners of his own mind. Each victory brought him closer to Ares. Each battle reminded him of the night he lost everything. At last, his vengeance came. The gods ordered him to kill Ares, the very deity he once served. Kratos accepted, not as their servant, but as their executioner. The earth trembled as God and mortal clashed. The skies turned crimson as fire, and chaos consumed all. Kratos fought with the strength of 1,000 warriors and the fury of a grieving soul. In the end, it was not divine power that defeated Ares. It was pain, vengeance, and the will of a broken man. With a final strike, Kratos killed the god of war. For his triumph, the gods offered him Ares' throne. Kratos ascended Olympus, crowned as the new god of war. But no power could silence the voices that haunted him. Every night, he saw their faces, his wife, his child, their eyes filled with betrayal. The throne brought him no peace. He had become the very thing he once despised, a god bound by rage, by memory, and by endless war.